sure what this is. Let's have a little tidy up. In this video, we're checking out the artwork of Pete Kniftton.
Scifiwargamers.
Greetings, hobby fans. My name's Marcel, and it's my mission to help you explore the hobby. So today, we are checking out some of the artwork of an Oldhammer painter veteran artist extraordinaire, Pete Knifton. Have you ever heard of Pete Kniftton? Well, if you haven't, we're going to check out some of his artwork right now.
Pete Kniftton. Eye colour, hazel. Star sign, Capricorn. Age, 30 at the time of writing. Training, self-taught but still learning. Career landmarks. Colour work for Omni. Book jacket covers, Viz covers, Thundercats stickers, and scenic art and theatre. Interesting anecdotes. He turned down a project with Alan Moore because he didn't know who he was. Music interests. Zodiac, Aerosmith, Kiss and Kingdom Come. Literature. Mike Farron, Stephen King, Moorcock and Dick. Comics. Popular stuff like 2000 AD, DC Comics, Watchmen, The Dark Knight, etc. Artists. Beardsley to Kirby, Sienkiewicz. Favourite films, Mad Max and Aliens. Collects toy robots. What does he like for breakfast? Shreddies with Thundercats stickers in them. His biggest influence, the magical Musaka tour. And his favouriteest ever thing is the Land of the Giant spacecraft, which I believe is called the Spindrift. So first up, we have a lovely comic style self-portrait, I believe. I assume Pete Knifton himself did this, and as you can see at the time, he had rather long hair. Next up is one of our warg riders. No, I'm not sure if that is a warg, it may actually just be a wolf, but here we see a goblin armed with a bow and a spear and a shield riding the wolf. Another similar piece of art, I think these may have been like banners or headers for a magazine or perhaps a rulebook of some description. This time it's a goblin with a large machete and a awesome banner. Now that looks a bit like the Evil Sun's logo on there. A brilliant piece of Blood Bowl artwork up next with a human looking player smashing through maybe some Skaven there, and the referee with a nice R on his shirt is watching on. He does not look too bothered by the violence on show. The next piece of art is a Interceptor from Games Workshop's Dark Future game, and this one has lore written on the side. I'm going to assume he was definitely one of the what were they called? Not special. Were they specialists or operatives? They had their own name in Dark Future anyway, and this car looks a bit like the old Legion of the Damned colour scheme there, with what I assume is black with some flames on it. It might not be black, but it looks like it should have. Next up, we have an ogre with the biggest shoulder pad in the world ever, playing Blood Bowl again. Notice he does have the 8-pointed Chaos Star on his belt buckle there. He appears to be playing against the Dwarves team, and they have a little hammer on the side of that guy's helmet. An interesting picture next. We have what appears to be a Blood Bowl player holding a flamethrower, or something very similar. Is that a flamethrower? Is it something else? If you know what it is, please let us know in the comments below. A nice young lady up next, and she is taking her jacket off. I assume this is perhaps another nice piece of artwork for the Dark Future game. However, there are some lines there that don't seem to quite match up. I'll see if you can tell what they are. A zombie here next, and this appears to be a mummy for the undead team in Blood Bowl, a team which I was always very interested in. Did you ever collect undead for Blood Bowl? Let us know in the comments below. Now, a massive piece of artwork here, another Blood Bowl piece. As you can tell, Pete Knifton was very much drawing a lot of artwork for the Blood Bowl game. This appears to be a match of some sort, with popcorn at the top there. Nice little pun on the corn name there. and it appears to be goblins versus maybe more goblins. There's goblins and ogres. Lots of people in the crowd there holding up GITS signs, and you can see that there are a lot of people there in the crowd. I like the flaming logo on one of the goblins' shoulder pads there. I can't see anyone else's logo for their team. I'll keep my eyes open later. Next up, we have a dwarf team for Blood Bowl, and this is 3 dwarves here, and one of them is holding a bomb. And I don't think that's spelt correctly. I do actually think the B is missing unless it is supposed to be further around the bomb there. But these dwarves do look really good. They remind me a bit of the squats from 40k, you know. Next up, a very proud looking beast man. Is that a beast man or is that a chaos something or other? He looks like a beast man to me. Notice either side of him he has some very ominous silhouettes, and they are chasing the poor humans in front of them, and the Beastman, like I said, is very pleased with his work. Now next up we have a very intriguing picture. Is this perhaps some sort of self-portrait of sorts? There's a couple of characters there in the middle, both have beards, and they look very different to the rest of the characters. It's almost as if these are maybe caricatures of people that Pete Knifton may or may not have worked with. Now here's a strange piece of artwork, another Blood Bowl piece, as you would have guessed, and we have a skeleton playing Blood Bowl with a chainsaw. Where else would you find a football skeleton, a skeleton playing football with a chainsaw, if not in Blood Bowl? But if you have a look at the gentleman on the left, he has a Space Wolves logo on his Blood Bowl helmet. Now, why does he have a Space Wolf logo on his helmet? Would you have a logo on your helmet? Let us know in the comments below. Another piece of artwork here. I believe this is the second part to that first match picture we saw earlier. And this is the goblins versus goblins. The Gits are great. We have the evil Gits in the background. Specky, the Gits Aresh, Specky again, Slab, maybe Pete Knifton referred to someone as Specky. If you know who that could be, let us know in the comments below. But the referee really does appear to be having a very hard day there, keeping track of this game. A slightly different feel to the next piece of artwork, and this is, I believe, the original Chainsaw Warrior. Chainsaw Warrior was a very, very old game for Games Workshop, and I think if you wanted to play it now, you can play it on things like Steam, although I don't think we have an actual boxed game available anymore. And you can see the Chainsaw Warrior there is chopping through some hordes of undead, and there's a couple of robotic men there who remind me a bit of Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four franchise. That chap down the bottom left there and the bottom right. Very, very interesting. Next up we have some more very similar images of the goblins riding wolves, or the wargs, or whatever they may be. One's holding a banner and a shield. The next goblin riding a wolf has a spear this time and a shield and a bow strapped to his back. And the very last one appears to be a goblin musician. Again, I think these images may have been for some sort of box out art or whatever they used to call it, when you would have these pieces of art around the edge of your rulebook pages or something like that. I may be very wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Another fantastic piece of artwork here. We have a trio of badasses. We have a young lady with an awesome snake tattoo up her leg. We have a guy on the left who looks a bit like a ninja. He looks a bit like Snake Eyes to me, with a sword across his back. And the guy on the right, what is that? Is he some sort of mummy? He has a kind of mummified feel to his face there, or is he just very ugly? You let us know in the comments below. And lastly, we have perhaps my favourite piece of artwork. We have another young lady, looks very similar to the last one, although she does not have the snake tattoo on her leg this time. She has almost a Space Marine set of armour on her. If you notice, she has the connection pipes from a Mark VI chest plate there, with a sort of trio, two coming over the shoulders and one coming down from the centrepiece. and a studded left-hand shoulder pad. So is this another of your female Space Marines? Another guy in the bottom left of the same picture looks a bit like this may have actually been part of a comic. Anyway, this guy reminds me of Mum-Ra from Thundercats, and we did mention Thundercats earlier. And again, the guy at the top left may be the Chainsaw Warrior again, or someone very similar. Who do you think it could be? Answers on a postcard or in the comments below.
So there you have it, some of Pete Knifton's artwork. Were you aware of this artist? Did you like his painting style? Did you prefer the Blood Bowl artwork, or were you more a fan of maybe the Dark Future advert? Advert artwork. There's no adverts for that here today. Yes, did you enjoy the Blood Bowl? Oh my word. Did you enjoy the Blood Bowl artwork? Or did you enjoy the Dark Future artwork? I am finding it very difficult to talk comprehensively. I give up. Did you enjoy his artwork? I'm just going to leave it there. What did you think? Let us know in the comments below. I myself probably would have to say that the Dark Future artwork was probably my favourite. If you enjoy the content here and you'd like to support the channel, then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below. If you want to see some more Oldhammer videos, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That means you, Andrew. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.